Yo guys, Features Gaming here. Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we are back on Train Sim World 3 for another driving route, and today we are going to be driving a class 3759 in a Waterline livery from Ramsgate to London Victoria in the morning. Well, I say Ramsgate to London Victoria, it's actually Faversham to Rochester. So we're going to click start and we're going to go ahead and quickly turn on the thing. And we'll open the wrong doors, or I need to open the right doors so the passengers can join and get onto the train. But as you can see, this is the Waterline train. We got the announcer thing there, but as you can see, it's all Waterline themed. We might just run down to the rear of the train and see what the game has assigned to be the final carriage. And it seems to be the normal first class Southeastern livery. So unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to get the sort of, you know, same livery, I guess, per se, on both carriages like we could do in a few of the previous videos. So we actually need to run to the cab because we can actually depart now. So let's just quickly go ahead and run to the carriage again, or to our driver's cabin. There we go. We'll go ahead and close the door. We'll lock the doors, and I don't even think the right doors were locked, were they? Okay, so they're changing too. So let's go ahead, go into first person, and we will get going. So max permitted speed is actually 60 going out of, where are we right now? Out of, I think it was Faversham or something. So we're going to be stopping at Sittingbourne, Rainham, Gillingham, Chatham, Rochester, and then finally finishing at Rochester. So it's not going to be a particularly long journey. I think it said it's supposed to take like 28 minutes, so hopefully it shouldn't take us too long to complete. But as we've experienced from previous routes, specifically the last one, I think it said supposed to take like 30 odd minutes, and it took us an hour to do it. So yeah, hopefully we don't need to worry about anything like that today. The speed limit has just been increased to 75, and then 1.9 it'll go up to 85, so don't really think we need to worry about that. There is supposed to be some yeah, sound. It's just when in the cab I couldn't really hear it. Maybe the maybe this train actually is quite quiet in the cabin. We are going up a slight incline, so we're not going to be increasing speed as quick as we want to. But it should mean, though, that when we get to the 85 speed limit, then we shouldn't be affected too much. Let's actually maybe drop the acceleration down slightly. We can go up to 85 soon as well. Right, we'll coast it there. Then hopefully by the time the speed limit has changed to 85, we shouldn't be exceeding the speed limit. There we go. And then it will increase to 90 in 0.8 miles. My goodness. I think the top speed of this train is 100, because it says it down there on the speedometer. And there's a red line on the 100 there. We do need to be careful though, because if we aren't, we will miss our stop. So we do need to be careful and look at that. Otherwise, we might miss our we might miss the station. Let's speed up a bit more now. We do slow down to 85 in about 2 miles though, so we should be fine. They are not staying behind the yellow line. We actually need to brake and coast it a little bit because we are going downhill. So many whistle boards around. I don't really know what they're for, really. Oh, maybe for the crossing there, maybe. Right, we'll start slowing it down as well because we've got the 85 coming up as well. We didn't quite need to, slow it down as quick as we did, though. We aren't due into Sittingbourne for about 2 more minutes, so hopefully we can get there in time. I think we should be able to. If not, then it'll be a few seconds late. Back up to 90, that speed limit. I don't really think we want to go above 90 really now, though, seeing as we are slowly approaching Sittingbourne. I think what I might do now is start applying a small amount of braking. I know we are a mile out, but better to brake a bit early and not at all. I don't want to completely just go, all the way straight to, brake 2 or brake 3 or even emergency. Like when we're near. We will have to do brake 2, I think, though, at some point. But hopefully it shouldn't be for quite some time. There's another train there. We will apply power 2 now. It's like power 3. You know what it's like when you're on a train. Right, maybe go to 2 and 1 now. And we should come to a very gradual stop. Maybe let it coast a little bit. And then that should do us. Unlock the doors. And yeah, we're actually here quite early. We're actually going to make up some time. This is good. If that train just leaves with the southeastern livery, I don't think we'll get very lucky and see another train with the same livery, I don't think. We get a nice thumbnail opportunity while we're here. Right, and we'll board the cabin and we won't make any mistakes that might cause a distraction, as we will need to leave pretty soon. Once again, I'll close the doors at 8 seconds prior to departure, so that means now. Let them close. Did not mean to take the reverser out. Or the, well, yeah, I did not mean to switch to off. That's what I meant. And off we go to Raynham, which we are due in about 7 minutes. We'll get up to 70, I think. Or we could go 80 and then gradually bring it down, because there is a 70 speed limit incoming. 2,400 points by the looks of it. Let's hopefully try and actually complete this route and get the points that we're supposed to. As if you didn't see in the last video, I accidentally... Well, I got a bit too far from the train, and the game kind of thought, oh, are you abandoning this route? We'll give it to an AI if you don't want to do it. I accidentally clicked yes when I meant to click no. So that was a bit annoying. I didn't mean to click that. You know, let an AI take over it. So we did unfortunately lose quite a bunch of XP, as you would call it, or points. But we do these for entertainment. We do not do it for we don't do it for points, that's what I meant. Still going uphill. We need to try and get to 70. Come on, get to 70. And then we'll cruise it. 2 should hopefully keep it quite steady. I think 1 will keep it a bit steady now. We'll apply a short amount of braking. We are technically going over the limit. And then just coasting it should work. Because when you are going downhill, I don't think there's any, you know, sort of application that you can put on the throttle to make it stay in one. I just hit my steering wheel. I do apologize. Yeah, I don't think there's any, you know, there's no application you can input to make the train stay at that one speed. You do have to sort of, you know, trial and error with it. The speed limit has been increased to 75 now, though. And in 2.2 miles, it will go up again to 90 miles an hour. But that is when we are getting closer to Rainham, so I will not be going up to 90 when we get there. I will most likely be slowing down to enter Rainham. While we are driving, I might as well talk about a few things. The first thing that I want to do is thank you guys, because the last Train Sim World 3 video that I did on the channel kind of blew up. It didn't go viral or, you know, like, you know, millions of views or, you know, thousands of views, if you see what I mean. Like in 10,000s of views, but that's probably been one of the most performing videos on my channel that's not like an update for SCR or anything like that, or a live stream that you know is special. It's probably been one of the most gaining, or like, you know, yeah, one of the most gaining views that I've ever done on the channel, because literally in 4 hours the video had already surpassed 1,000 views, which is crazy. I did not mean to switch that to emergency. Well, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? Come on. Yeah, I did not mean to do that. But yeah, the video literally got 1.2k views in 4 hours, and yeah, I think that's probably one of the best performing videos ever on my channel that I didn't really expect to be that big, if that makes sense. Like, obviously I kind of knew that SCR update videos would kind of, you know, get good views. I guess kind of the release of Train Sim World 3 kind of boosted it a little bit. Like the full release and not just, you know, pre-release. But yeah, it's probably been one of the most performing videos of my channel. Right, we are now here at Rainham, about a minute earlier than expected, but that is fine. Oh yeah, I haven't got my headlights on, haven't I? There we go. We'll just put them on, because why not? Once again, we will close our doors 8 seconds prior to departure and try not put the reverser into none or neutral or whatever it was I put it in. And try and depart on time. So we're waiting. Next signal is green, so we've already checked that. We'll close the doors. Awesome. On to Gillingham, and then Chatham, and then finally Rochester. I don't know why it says Ramsgate to London Victoria, because we don't even stop there. Like, I don't know what this means. I guess this is the line. Like, we're going in between these two stations, but like we're not actually stopping, like it's on that line. Which to me kind of, you know, makes it a bit confusing, because I read this is where I was going to. I was going from Ramsgate to London Victoria. I don't know, maybe, or I'm just overthinking it. If you do know why it does say that, please do let me know, because I have no idea why it's like that. And it was the same on Train Sim World 2, you know, it would say, oh, you something to something, but you would never do that. It would always be different stops, and I'm just like, why does it say that? Because we don't exactly do that route, do we? Just makes it a bit weird. Anyway, next stop, Gillingham. We're supposed to be there in about 2.5 minutes. 1.6 miles to cover in that span of time, so we should be good. We actually need to start braking. It's going to drop down to 60. So we need to make sure that we are at 60 when we actually drop down, otherwise we will get a bit of points lost for overspeeding. There we go. And because we aren't going exactly, you know, a particularly quick speed, I think we'll wait until like 0.7 start slowing down. Maybe like as it ticks over, I don't know. I'll start slowing it down now. You know, as I said in, you know, like an update video, it's a bit tricky for me to kind of judge the braking point, like where where the best place to start braking is, because I played SCR so much. And I get used to that throttle like application thing. If I hadn't have played SCR and always played Train Sim, then I would probably know where the best place to start braking is. You know, like I've kind of got like a guide, but obviously I'm not fully, what's the word? Like I don't fully know when to start braking. The guide is, you know, seeing how far away we are, and I use that as a kind of like guide, and I start to brake at around, you know, as I said, like a mile away. But it does really depend. So we will stop here, we will load up the passengers, and then we should be good to depart onto Chatham. And then finally to depart, or terminate actually, at Rochester. Rochester? However you pronounce it. Again, we'll wait until we are 8 seconds due to depart and lock the door. There we go. We start moving at 31 seconds, so 1 second after the actual departure thing. Chatham in 1.4 miles. The speed limit will change shortly to a 50, so we just actually got a bit of wheel slippage there. That was interesting. There's no rain or anything. It's quite a sunny day. But yeah, we do in fact have a 50 coming up, so we will stop it at 50. Just in the tunnel right now. Don't actually need to get any experience with the or any like levels with turning the cab light on and off. I guess it's that I've done all of that in Train Sim World 2. Yeah, that is something that I sort of forget, you know, like what routes and trains have I already done in Train Sim World? Because really, I only really drive trains that I actually know and not really seen in real life, but, you know, recognize, or like, you know, recognize from SCR or something. Or trains that I actually find easy to drive, like, you know, this train. We were just massively overspeeding them for a second, because I wasn't really paying attention. And we will stop here at Chatham. There we go. It'll be interesting to see what my stopping distance accuracy is at the end of all of this. So after this, we will be on our way to terminate at Rochester. Rochester. We aren't actually due to depart for about, you know, 2 minutes. So I think while we do this, we'll have a look at the Waterline livery again. As you can see, it's, you know, clearly says Waterline down there. I wish you could like decorate the inside of the train a little bit as well. I mean, I know it's quite hard to, like actually copy, like the inside livery of SCR, because the inside isn't literally identical to the actual train in real life. Some people even say that, some of the trains in SCR aren't actually what the trains look like in real life. Bit of a seat in first class. But anyway, we will get ready to close the doors again, 8 seconds prior to departure, and then we can move off. We might actually do it at 51. And then hopefully by the time we actually get moving, it will be the actual departure time. About. Right, we go up. I might should put it at 2 speed because Rochester isn't actually that far away. Plus there's like a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit incoming. That's actually after Rochester. So actually it's 30 all the way to Rochester. Rochester. However you pronounce it. Is it Rochester or Rochester? Gives us a good 2 minutes to go over there. Oh, I forgot to put on the AWS, didn't I? It's all the way over there. I can't be bothered. We need to keep this thing from crashing, so it will be a bit dangerous to leave it unattended while we are approaching a terminus station at least. For a moment, I think that... Wait. I think that might actually be in the Airlink livery. That is actually in the Airlink livery. Yeah, the next livery we actually have coming up on the channel will be an Express livery. And then after that, we've got all my local train livery, LNER. We have a livery for that as well. If you do know of any other liveries in the Creators Club that you would like me to do a train with, and if you actually want to give some route suggestions you want me to do on Train Sim World 3, then obviously do leave them down in the comment section below. I will be reading through them and taking down any requests. I probably won't take down like every single request. I'll maybe take down a few because I don't want it to be exactly, full up like, the SCR routes. I will only take down routes that, do sound interesting. But here we are at Rochester, again, however you pronounce it. I really wish there were some like terminating platforms here. So we don't block the line, but obviously, yeah, it's not really, it is based off real life. So this is the breakdown, or the performance breakdown of what we've just done. There was a bit of speeding there, kind of the same speed limit here. This is when we were going like backwards and forwards, and you can see these are all of the stops. That was the emergency brake one that I didn't mean to do. A bit of speeding there, a little bit of speed in there, but I think all fine at the moment. Stopping distances, the closest was actually Rochester at 1.72 yards. So yeah, I think that was a pretty successful route. If you want a bit more of a breakdown and time taken and stuff like that, there it is. But apart from that, I'm going to end this route off here. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video. That would be awesome, and thanks very much. Also, make sure to subscribe as well if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. But until then, take care and peace out.